House. And welcome. I want to first of all wish you a very, very happy Easter, and I'm sending you many blessings. My intention for this video is to reach out with my heart and my soul, with consciousness, so that I can bring you some knowledge and wisdom and some peace and relaxation, and reach out with healing and love to the collective. I hope you've been keeping well during these very, very turbulent and difficult times for everybody, where there's been so much change and so much upheaval, and in all areas of life. I wanted to share a little bit with you about some of the ways that we can explore different ways of looking at things using our knowledge and wisdom. If any of you are familiar with the tarot looks at archetypes, and it's got 22 archetypes for the major arcane, and the archetypes work you through a series from at the beginning of a journey, where you have the full at the beginning all the way up until the end. And towards the end of the archetypes in the journey, you actually have the devil, this card. So when this card comes up, this card is usually about fear, bondage to the ego, all sorts of not so great things. This can be obsession with a person, with work, with anything where things are out of balance, and drugs, alcohol, you name it. Could be obsessive thinking even. But it's bondage to something outside of yourself, because there's a disconnect from source. And after this a major arcane, you have the Tower. And the Tower card there, which comes directly after that one, this one is the breaking down of the ego. As you can see with this card, they're all falling out. This is like Uranian energy, which is the planet Uranus, the ruling planet of Aquarius, coming down, shattering the ego. And once the ego is shattered, we can either go backwards to the devil, we can go to bondage, start drinking more, start working more, start eating more, start, doing whatever more, and grow our ego again. Or we walk through to the next phase, which is the star. And the star here, this is beautiful. This is, again, this is Aquarian energy. This is Isis unveiled. And you can see the star of illumination here in the center. And it's got the 7 stars surrounding it, representing the 8 chakras of the body. And this is beautiful, because this shows that you're walking through a path where you've been illuminated, because you've been driven by your ego, and it's been crushed. It's been brought to its foundation. You've been brought back down, and you now have healing, which is beautiful. And this is where real healing starts, and this is where we're our true selves, picking ourselves up and finding a new journey for ourselves. The reason I'm talking about these things is I feel we've all been going through this, including myself. And it's like, it's been a very, very overwhelming time. We've just had a full moon, which has been in Libra. It's a super full moon, which was on the 28th of March. And that was massive. Libra, of course, is the ruling planet. So it's the ruling sign for the collective. It's the 11th house in astrology. And it rules balance, and this is all about balance. Balancing our emotions, balancing our mindset, and and balancing how we're moving forward in life in a conscious way. And that's really, really important. We've now got a new moon that's going to be coming up in Aries, which is the beginning of the zodiac. So for astrologers, this is the beginning of the new year, which started with British summertime and last Sunday, and the beginning of Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. Now, the interesting thing about the full moon that's coming up, sorry, the new moon that's coming up, the new moon, new beginning. It's in Aries, so it's the start of the zodiac. So really, this is a really good time to actually plant seeds for the year to come. But what's really important is being conscious of what we're doing. And the only way we achieve consciousness is, I mean, it's great to have focused thoughts, looking at things like this, these are archetypes, and get actually end result here is the world card. And I'll talk about that in a moment. Absolutely beautiful, the world. Let's leave it there for a second. So when you work through the whole of the archetypes, you get to the end and there you have the world. Now we're talking about focused ideas, which are creative, about waking ourselves up, becoming aware of who we are. But we spend so much time doing, acquiring and becoming that we've actually forgotten how to be present. And I've been spending some time looking at the works of Elkhart Tolle, and his School of Awakening is absolutely unbelievable. If you make time, I would say, first of all, make a small bit of time. I mean, some of his videos, they're only 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, Allow your spirit to guide you to a video like on YouTube about, a true awakening and being truly present, because our unconscious mind, our ego, our sense of self through marginalized ideas of who we are, like when I'm looking at this video, this is not who I am. Although this is me, the real me is when I'm not thinking about me, because thinking becomes an obstacle. So when you're truly aligned and you're not thinking, you're actually in the present moment. And that's where you are truly working, you are consciousness, you are present, and you're connecting to everything that is conscious, which is everything, the whole collective, whether it's a flower, a tree, a dog, a cat, everybody and everything on all levels. It's our ego that separates us, and it's constantly looking for validation. I'm better than you, I'm worse than you, I've been hurt more than you, I'm more cleverer than you, and all of these type of things, which builds this marginalized idea of who we are. So Elkhart Tolle, go and check him out. I mean, he's absolutely very moving, and he really talks about being present and the essence of being present, and just bringing ourselves back to ourselves right now. One of the ways that we can do that is to just cut these thoughts down, and we can just do that. We can hold the space just for a moment. This is Easter. This is our present to ourselves, to the consciousness, to all that is. So let's do this. Okay, let's try. So what I'd like you to do is I'd just like you to breathe in all the way down to your abdomen. Okay, breathe in all the way and breathe out. Let's do this 3 times. And our minds may be trying to think about what's Ian going to say next. Let's just try and quieten everything down. And as we're quieting ourselves down, we're actually letting go, and that space between me saying what's next, for example, or I am, whatever you want to say. So let's say what's next. That's between what and next. What is that portal there that you open and expand in, and just let go. And as you breathe in, you're just being present right now. Now there may be some triggers that come through, old wounds, or someone triggers you, or whatever. Great place to practice it. It's like, standing in a supermarket or whatever, and you're in a rush or whatever. No, that's a great time to practice being present. And with that, you can just take a deep breath in, because you feel the trigger in your body, wherever it is in the emotional body. And instead of it allowing to go to the head and create this loop where you're then expanding on it, oh, come on, why is this person taking so long? Or whatever, this is just one example. There can be many examples, or somebody could trigger you, or people are triggers, let's say. Totally different examples. Go and check out Elkhart Tolle's works. But I'm just summarizing some of the some salient points there. But when that comes up in the emotional body, instead of it allowing it to go up into your head, and then you start overthinking things and creating mental energy around it, which just goes into our ego and then makes us unconscious, basically. And we're walking around and being unconscious, overthinking all the time and not actually being present. And that's not that's not what we're here to do. We're here to be conscious, bring more consciousness in to the collective. Unconscious, there's already too much unconsciousness out there. So what we do is we can breathe into that space, that emotion, and go but down into the abdomen, because that's where you're going to let go. It's a source of power, and if you have to do it 2 or 3 times, do it. And then if you really want to, if your mind's still sort of going like this, you can take another deep breath and expand your heart energy going all the way out, and just let go of the mind. If you can, practice letting go, letting go, letting go. And I'm present. So my presence here today for you is just to guide you to becoming more present and aware, because this is where true peace, true harmony, and true acceptance in it's when we don't accept things that we get worked up inside, and that anxiety comes in, or we're too busy focusing on the future or the past, and we're not being present. That's where true unconsciousness is. We want to be conscious, and when you are conscious, guess what? The world. You've reached this place of being. This is consciousness in freedom consciousness. There you go. Just completely set free on every level of being present. It's absolutely beautiful, an androgynous being, with the signs of the zodiac, which are around the edges here. We have Taurus, Leo, the fixed signs, Scorpio, and Libra. Beautiful. And the fixed signs, they're representing our while, although they're fixed around, this androgynous person is free from all, just the yin and the yang. So there we go, that's my message for you, just of love and light, and I hope that's been helpful. And from my heart to yours, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Love you lots, and may be best. Bye for now.